So today, you know, we're more precise on our tornado tracking, and we can see where the tornadoes are. And during that time, when that was going on, that tornado was going on, they had cams on it, they had helicopters out, they had spotters out, they had everybody just converging right on the tornado, so everybody pretty much knew where it was. So maybe I shouldn't keep that on vibrate. Sorry. All right. And the other cool thing about it is we can actually look at radars now in 3D. Okay. This was actually taking a slice through a tornado. Okay. Looking at the hail and everything that's in it. And then this is an actual picture of Hurricane Ike. You can see the stadium effect, as we call it, the eye. Okay, the eye looks like a stadium. Okay, so technology has, really has increased tremendously now, going from those fuzzy little radars to the great detail we get to see now. So I don't know. Today, if we had the same outbreak, would things be different? I don't know if we would ever tell you guys, other than someone on the cell phone, your mom calling up and going, "There's a tornado coming your way." That's about the communication you would have, but you would probably know days in advance that there's something going to happen. You probably would have made a different choice and probably would have said, should we go out in a cabin if the forecasters are all telling you tornadoes are coming? You would have never gone.
Oh, I wouldn't bet on that.
And even then, even in today's thing, we can actually track where the tornado is going to go. We can find the tornado in the radars, and we can actually put a track down and tell people well in advance where the tornado is going to go. Okay, so people downstream now know the tornado is coming. And this is all technology you're going to be able to look at on your cell phones and everything else now. All right. And then this was kind of interesting. This is the guys at National Weather Service and State College took the outbreak and reran the computer models for the outbreak to see if the computer models would have done really well. And actually, they actually did really well. They pinpointed the biggest tornado being over top of Mashana Forest on the computer models. And what this is a simulation of what what the computer models would say the radar would have looked like. The only problem it did was it didn't have the thunderstorm that produced a tornado over Mashana Forest. It kind of shows a couple light showers there out ahead of things there, then it has one big squall line coming through. So it was actually it did a good job in saying that the parameters were all there for a big outbreak, but actually trying to get to the nitty-gritty details, it didn't do as great a job. It just kind of showed a big squall line coming through and everything. Didn't really capture the fact that there was a thunderstorm way out ahead of the main line of storms coming through. So, and again, quick and dirty. How do you like that? Does anybody have any questions? We got 3 meteorologists here. Ask away. So,
just real quickly, some statistics about tornadoes in Centre County, which of course the F4 in 85 came across the top part of Centre County here. It's not shown, but it really, all other tornadoes in Centre County pale by comparison. These are locations. The biggest was an F2 back in the 70s. There are a couple of F1s, but nothing to compare to the one in 85. As far as Pennsylvania, Henry showed some of these images. On the left is the F4s. Again, nothing for any further east than the one in 85. And if you go down to F3s, they're both in the western and eastern parts of the state. As Henry said, there's 6 of the F4s that we've had, and there are only 8 of them were in the 1985 outbreak. Really, in general, strong tornadoes above F2 are pretty rare in central Pennsylvania. There's been 670 tornadoes since 1950. 75% of those have been weak, and 95% have been anything but F4s or F5s. So what happened in 1985 was very rare here. As far as what time of year things might happen, the most likely time to get a strong tornado is in May. However, as this graph shows here, there have been tornadoes every month of the year in Pennsylvania, and there's even been F3 tornadoes from March through September. And what this graph over here shows is the number of tornadoes by hour and this is around 5 or 6 p.m. here, so that's the most likely time that you'd see a tornado, or really any sort of severe weather, including wind and hail, in Pennsylvania. It would be that time in the late afternoon. And this map shows all of the points that have been reported wind and hail on the tracks of all tornadoes since 1980. And if you're looking for severe weather in Pennsylvania, it primarily happens from April 27th to September 5th. Outside of that, there's not very much severe weather. The peak of the season, there's a peak around June 1st, and the actual peak is on July 8th, so those are the most likely times of the year to see severe weather in Pennsylvania. And there's just some further resources. If you go to AccuWeather.com, you can read my blog and Henry's blog. And we do a lot of severe weather talk on there. And then weather.gov/CTP is the State College National Weather Service office that provided some of the graphics in my presentation. If anybody's on Facebook, AccuWeather has a page on there. And we also have a Facebook group called Pennsylvania Storm Chasers, where people post pictures of storms that come through, and we post severe weather forecast updates. That's all I had. Are there any questions for me or Henry at this point? Anything you've ever wondered about the weather, maybe? That
Is there a reason why